Hi, I'm Tom.
And I'm Molly.
Welcome to Forensic Gameology, hosted by ForensicGameology.com.
News for science?
In some nebulous amount of time. Or less.
Do we normally say news?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been like 2 months. Let's talk about that. Can we just talk about that for a second? Viewers, you, me, together.
And me.
Oh, Molly, you too. Hey, you too.
Thanks.
So, I have had some crazy stuff happen lately. Let's start with my ambulance ride.
Oh my goodness.
So Molly's been in an ambulance ride before, right?
Yes.
And that was pretty scary.
Yes, I was pregnant.
Oh yeah, that was scary. And I didn't have my phone on me because I was helping move a family that was moving out of the city. And so I like my friend pulls up to their house. Where have you been? Why aren't you answering your phone? I was like, I'm helping somebody move. Because your wife's in an ambulance. You gotta go. I was like, I'm out of here. And so, that was the thing. That wasn't even me running to get to the car. That was me driving. I'm out of here. I started driving everywhere.
Oh, no.
So.
Oh, 2 of us in an ambulance.
Tell you what, though. We had just passed the law in Austin to not be on the phone while you're driving. 2 months before that or something. And I'm a law-abiding citizen. I want to be a defensive driver. I don't want to get in a wreck or hurt anybody. But I was on my phone. I was trying to call you and your mom.
Well, then it was a perfect storm because my phone died. It wasn't out of battery. It just stopped working. And I thought, perfect. Luckily, I had gotten to my mom in time.
Right.
So she could come, too. Because she lives in the area.
So I was able to call your mom, and now I'm, driving. I'm speeding to get there.
This didn't even... That happened years ago. This is not even what we're talking about.
And I'm thinking, I might get pulled over for 2 different infractions, but then am I going to get that super cool cop escort thing? Where they're like, you gotta go. Let's get in front of you and let's move this traffic out of here. I don't know. But anyway, I'm at work. I'm getting an allergy shot. There's a super cool nurse and a super cool, I work at the, nearby the Texas State Capitol. I don't work there, but I work near it. So I'm able to just go in and get, the nurse's station to give me an allergy shot. And I've done it a million times. It's 7:45 in the morning. Pop it in. This one hurt a little extra. We went up a dosage. And I sit there for the required 20 minutes. You got to chill out for 20 minutes in case you show signs of anaphylactic shock. And I sat there like I always do. I never left early or anything. And 20 minutes passes. See you later, nurse. I'm out of here. I get back to my desk. Feeling a little itchy. Scratching. I don't feel good. So I go to the restroom. And I'm just thinking, you know what? I don't want to faint in this bathroom where no one's going to find me. And it would be a really gross place to faint and pass out. And so I go look in the mirror, and I'm beet red. I'm red as a tomato. I'm red as any other kind of food that's like a beet or a tomato. And I'm just breaking out in hives. And I was like, oh, this is a problem. This is what they always talked about. So I go back to my desk. I'm looking for the nurse's phone number, looking at my phone. I finally get it. And I call him like, hey, I'm having one of those reactions that you always talk about. And she's like, get over here right now. So I go, I get... So I leave, and I was an idiot. I was super irresponsible, and I didn't tell anybody. I should have told my coworkers, hey, I should have said, can you come with me?
Yeah, you should have had an escort.
You're not thinking right in these emergencies. In the future, if that ever were to happen, I would definitely be thinking differently.
And if this happens to you, get an escort. Yeah,
get someone to help you in case you need to call 911 or something. Or if you faint, and no one's going to know it's because of, an allergy shot. So I get to security to get into the Texas State Capitol, and they're taking it really seriously. They've never taken it so seriously before. And can I see your belt? Undo your belt, and do a little pirouette. I'm like, come on, man, I'm dying over here. So
is that how you do it?
I would have to imagine. I'm not really a ballet person.
Yeah, me either.
So I finally get down there, and I walk in. She sees me. She's like, get on this table right now. Lay down. We're gonna jam you with an EpiPen. So all right, do I need to take off my pants? Because she's gonna put it right through my leg. She goes, nope, this can go right through your pants. Here we go. You're gonna know what happens because it's gonna be, she didn't say horrifying agony, but you could tell it was in her voice. She's like, it's gonna hurt a lot, you'll know. So she jams it in my leg, and I'm just I'm holding my breath, and I'm all tensed up. Nothing happened. No pain. And I was like, whoa, is that, a psychological trick to tell me that I'm gonna feel it and then I don't because it made me tense up and that actually helps, in some way? She goes, no, you should have felt it. And she looks at the EpiPen and it's bent. And I'm like, what? And she's like, what? And so we're both like, what? And we're looking at this thing. Well, because Superman style metal. I'm shoving metal into my skin and it's bending. I was like, this is incredible, except that I really need that EpiPen. So now...
Not so incredible.
So now she's like, okay, beforehand she's like, did it go in? We're not sure. We'll try another one. Tries another one. And I felt like a little prick. There's a little tiny prick. And I was like, okay, I felt something that time. And so she goes, okay, you should be feeling shortness of breath and your heart should race up. and you know, it'll be kind of scary, but you're going to be fine. We'll watch you and we'll just make sure this works. So now I'm just laying there, and then we're talking, and I'm just joking around. I'm just being the hugest goof, and she's being a consummate professional. I really need to give a shout out. I mean, I'm not going to say her name or anything because I don't know that she wants it all over the internet, but the nurse was a consummate professional, and she was really getting the job done. And I'm just joking around and goofing off, and then suddenly, as I'm joking, my breath gets really short. And I was like, oh, that's it. That's the EpiPen. That's the EpiPen shortness of breath. So I say to her, I was like, hey, nurse, that's the EpiPen. She goes, no, that is not the EpiPen. You are going to anaphylactic shock right now. And I was like, oh, man, that's really too bad. So she starts grabbing more EpiPens. Can't get the cap off. Takes another one, jams it in my leg, and it breaks too. You gotta be joking with me. 3 broken EpiPens by now? One that with the cap wouldn't come off, so we're looking at 4. So now she's getting kind of like, I can hear in her voice, she's getting a little upset. She goes over to to her intercom, just hits it and says, just, you know, shouting into it. She comes back. So hits the intercom, comes running back to like give me another EpiPen and is shouting over her shoulder, call EMS right now. She's like rattling off a bunch of numbers where we are in our location, and still a consummate professional, takes another EpiPen, jams it into my leg, and that was when I sit bolt upright, and I'm like, okay, that one took. As you know, because that horrifying agony just spread from my leg outward. I was like, oh, that got me. I got it. You got me good. We're good now. I can go home now. So that was that. The EMS comes.
Wait, hold on. At this point.
Oh, that's right.
At this point, I get a text. I'm here in the house with the girls, and I get a text, and it says, I love you so much, Molly Sticks, because that's my nickname. So I love you so much, Molly Sticks. Can you please give the girls a hug for me, please?
Or a kiss.
Can you please kiss the girls for me, please?
That's probably more like, I want to just give a hug.
So that's what he says.
Well, because like...
And I'll just leave that there. I didn't know anything of this happening, right? This is all new to him, and he's like, I thought I'm doing fine. EpiPen's working. Well, no, all the EpiPens were breaking, and by the time she calls EMS and they're on their way, he's like, okay, this could be serious. I could be dying. Let me text Molly. Now, that text scared the bejeebies out of me, and I don't know what he could have done that would make it better. Like, hey, EMS is about to come. You know, so I'm glad he was like, I love you, give the girl a kiss, but let me tell you, I was flipping out. I was like... It's
an emergency situation.
I said, okay, will do. What? Hello? What's going on? And then finally he calls, and he's like, so the EMS is here. And I'm like, oh my goodness!
So, like, the thing is just an emergency situation, you don't have a lot of time on your hands, and I'm seconds away from recovery or seconds away from succumbing. And I'm not trying to be like overly dramatic, but like I went into anaphylactic shock, and I asked the doctor later, because I had to go see a doctor about it in like the whole 9 yards. And I said, you know, what would, if I didn't get that treated, what would have happened? Like, how would that have gone? He says, you know, it could be fatal. It's a problem. It's a legitimate like emergency, a medical emergency. It could be, this could have been the end. And so with that on, you know, my mind right now, and I'm just joking around with this nurse, and I'm suddenly like, okay, this might be all she wrote. Because like up to this point, I was just like, I'm confident the nurse got me. We're fine. And she did. She saved my life. She got that EpiPen in me. We got the EMS over there. So totally saved my life. But like, I didn't have a lot of time on my hands, and I needed to write, what are you going to say in your last text? Like, it's not like I'm going to be on the phone while the guys are like trying to bring me back here. So they take me to the hospital. They give me some steroids. They charge me $1,000. Luckily, that was just because they didn't have the insurance on file and whatnot. So hopefully that'll go down. We don't know yet. But anyways, that was my story, and I'm sticking to it. And that was at like the beginning of the 2 months that we haven't been here. So
yeah, I mean, so lots of things happened. We still have like I don't know if 6 months is a newborn yet, but she doesn't sleep well, so that's just been a drain on us.
Every single news we get on here and we're like, man, you know, our baby isn't sleeping. We're so tired.
I just don't feel like a normal person yet. I don't feel like I can do normal person things.
It shouldn't be like this. 6 months later, we shouldn't be doing this.
Well, we were gonna be. She goes to sleep fine. Like, she sleeps now fine. It's just between the hours of midnight and 6 is when the witching hours for her, if you will. And so that's just been tough. I just don't feel like a normal person, so I can't get stuff done. On top of that, she got sick, so we can't really like let her cry it out or whatever you will, because she was like, hey, when she would cry, it had this weird rasp in her voice. So that's been tough. And then we started convention prep for Game for the Cause.
Did you know about Game for the Cause? Because we're forensic gameology. And that's what we say at the beginning of every video. But Molly also runs a game convention. every single year. No, I clearly help. I'm a big part of it, but you are the founder. You're the one who does it. You're the face of the convention. A game for the cause. And if you don't know about this, it's this a charity convention for the benefit of Safe Places, the Battered Women's Shelter here in Austin, Texas. And I say Battered Women's Shelter because I feel like that conveys to you exactly what it does. But this is more than that because they help men.
Yeah, they've changed the name since, right?
Right. But I don't think they were ever called the Battered Women's Shelter. They're called something.
Well, I think
Rape
they might
and Crisis
have gone
Center.
by, yeah.
But the point being is, like, I say that so you know what it is, but they help families, they help kids, they help women, they help men, sexual assault, domestic assault, all sorts of abuse. They help these people. And so that's been something that's been near to your heart for a while. And so we thought, we should really do something about this. How can we contribute? And we decided to throw a game convention. And I turned down offers lately for people. They say, can you review our games? And I'm like, no, we can't. We're in the middle of game convention season. Like, it's awesome though. I'm not complaining because I was kind of complaining earlier about like not being able to get on here and film so much, but I love convention prep. I love it.
Yeah. So, and when you say convention season, it's also the board game convention season as well, right? You just had
us.
I just mean in general because Gen Con is coming up, and they just had Dice Tower Con happen and a couple others. And
Geekway was a few months ago.
Is Origins coming up, or did that happen? And then Essence coming up as well. So it is convention season as well. So it's funny. Ours is a little different kind of convention season because ours is getting our convention ready.
Well, I'm going to Board Game Bash in 2 days. I'm so excited. Yeah. It's my favorite convention. You're going to BGG Con,
which is
in November. It's after ours, and then ours is October 20th and 21st this year. If you're in Austin, we're running an Indiegogo right now. It's going to end in like 15 days, and you can get a cheaper price to get in, and that'll help us get the hotel. It's our very first year at a hotel.
Yeah, you'll get a cheaper price now than you will at the door. So.
We're not Methodists. But I just have to do a shout out to the Methodist Church because United Methodist Church has donated their space for free every single year. So amazing. But you know what? We're just getting too big for that church right now, so we're moving to a hotel, and it's just all sorts of awesome. Like I want to be clear that like sometimes I feel like I talk in hyperbole and whatnot, in extremes, and always in superlatives. And so it may feel like I'm over the top in complaining and whatnot, but I do love convention prep. I love it so much, and there's so many reasons why. Right now, you can't see it, but our living room is just chock full of boxes, and that kind of isn't my favorite part, but I like that we have a ton of game publishers sending us, and game designers, just sending us games, just sending us so much games. Like, it is shocking to me. Every time we send out, and I'm talking about, we send out over 1,000 emails?
Yeah.
Because I just go through and try to find all the new games off of BGG, and then harvest those emails.
We have this huge spreadsheet of all these
gigantic spreadsheet, 2,000 lines of people, and some of these people have donated literally every single year. Every single year. And I don't want to go out and say them because I don't know if I'm going to remember all of them off the top of my head. And then I will, like, slight somebody by not saying them. But, like, there's been several who every single year have donated, or every single year we've asked them, which is just so great. As a matter of fact, we've got some games out here that we have played and we want to talk about recently. The only one that... Let's grab this guy. This is the only one we purchased lately. It's Hop. Molly can tell you about that here in a second. The other four we're going to talk about, all donations. And we get to play them because we're learning them for the Play to Win event. So, people can... Go ahead, dude. Take it away. Take it away.
No, I was going to say, so not only are we having our time emailing and putting up the sponsors and, doing the website prep and blog, which we haven't actually started yet, we're woefully behind, and tweeting, all these things, we also have to learn a lot of these games. Some people just send us one copy of the game. It's fine. But if they send us two, we have to learn it so that we can teach it at the convention. Or teach our friends prior to so they can teach it at the convention as well.
Which is awesome. I love that. I love it so much. I love whenever somebody sends us a box and Molly's like, oh, look what we got. I'm like, did we get two? And like, I don't want to be like ungrateful when somebody sends us one, because sometimes they only send us one and I'm like, oh, thank goodness, I just don't have time to learn another game right now. So it's good both ways. I'm not complaining. Yeah. But I love when I open up a box and I'm like, oh, sweet, we got 2 copies of Spirit Island. This is amazing. Yeah. And so like, and we play it, and we're going to be able to teach it to people at the convention so they can have a chance to win that copy. But on top of that, we get to play like a fun game. It's just such... I love throwing a convention. I love it. And what I would like to do, I think it's one of our goals on Patreon, but we may just launch it earlier because I just want to do it so bad, is a how-to series on how to throw a board game convention. Ours would have to be necessarily for charity. I don't know how to throw a for-profit convention. We have a friend that does, but that's not really our forte.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for that series because I have so much to say on the subject. It's just been so great running this the past 5 years.
Yeah, it's fun. I hope we make lots of money. So yeah, let's talk about Hop. Hop is a game that is got so much production value in a game that doesn't necessarily need it, but it's so much fun. I'll just pull out the crux of the game. It's really cute. You're clouds. You're these nice people, but this is the game. This and these cards here. So what am I gonna say? I say, okay, I'm gonna be the thrower, and I'm gonna choose Tom as my skewerer, and I'm gonna say, school teacher, you must remove your glasses or wear the glasses of another player. Which in this case would be terrible because Tom really needs his glasses to see. I have
a degenerative eye disease. I have keratoconus. I looked it up today to see if my eye insurance will cover it.
And I am not going to see a thing when I go through it. So
my glasses are out of control.
So what I need to do is throw this. Oh, yeah.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah, that's bad. So my goal is to get it onto Tom's finger, and Tom's goal is to get it. His elbow has to stay on the table until I throw, and then he can try to catch it. That's the game. It's super fun. The situations these cards put you into. Sometimes you get up close and personal with people. So make sure if you play it with people that you're comfortable with. Like, you gotta yell at them. You gotta hold their hands. You gotta stop them. Yeah. So, fun. I've enjoyed myself when we've played.
It's not a review. I'm just talking about what we played.
But have you enjoyed yourself?
Not as much as you.
I definitely am the dexterity person in this relationship.
So Spirit Island we got from... it's Greater Than Games, but I think they go for this one by Fabled Nexus. Maybe they go by both. They do. They're on both. Anyway, they sent it to us along with another copy of it. So one in shrink wrap so that they can... we can put that in a silent auction. And the other one's a play to win, which is good for the company. Because now maybe like 50 people will play it, and then one person will win it, and one person will buy it, and then 48 people will be like, oh, it was fun. Maybe I should try to buy it. Maybe I'll go look and see if that's in a game store near me or something. We definitely have anecdotal evidence
from our convention from people who have not received the game that they've played from the play to win and have purchased it. So
the highest one of those I would think would be Castle Panic.
Definitely, yeah.
Because they're local. Fireside Games is Justin and Anne-Marie DeWitt, who are local to Austin, and they give us, like every year, they give us one of each of their games, and man, I've seen so many of our friends purchase Castle Panic.
Because they didn't get it at our convention, so they're like, oh, I need to get it there. Yeah.
But you know what? Yeah, at least six copies have gone out that I can think of just off the top of my head.
So, I mean, there's not studies that say, like, well, this will definitely improve your sales, but we definitely have anecdotal evidence of, like, yeah, people have bought this because of this convention. So
Spirit Island is a little bit of a weird game for me because I would say for Molly and I typically we don't like long games, but I have loved this game and it's gone for 2 or 3 hours every time we played it, which is just it's weird for us. But man, this is a super cool game with an awesome theme. There are so many games that are about colonialism and colonizing a place, and this is the opposite. It's about being the spirits, a mystical theme about being spirits on the island, repelling the invaders, repelling the colonists.
You scare them.
You have to get fear.
Scare them away, yeah.
And what's cool is, like, you can play just regular Spirit Island, but there's also scenarios where it talks about people from Prussia and Britain and stuff. It's like, it's really about, like, European colonization and whatnot. And, I mean, I just don't often see this type of theme, except for the other way around. Yeah. And I just think it's so unique and so cool.
I do want to say that it is doable and playable by me because you simultaneous play.
Oh, yeah.
So that really helps.
So many pluses. I can't wait to review it.
I'm not waiting on someone else's turn.
Yeah.
So.
What do you want?
I don't know. How long have we gone? Is it too long?
I don't even know.
Maybe it's too long. Debt Quest. This is an RPG in a box, which I guess most of them are in books. And it's just a card game. You have a card game RPG where you have items and there are no rules.
No rules.
You just go.
It's open-ended. Is that what they say on here? Is open-ended? An open-ended role-playing card game.
So it's been pretty fun to have like one session RPGs. We might play again. We kept the cards and everything that we had, so we might pick up the same group that we played with a couple times already. But it's been pretty fun. It's been pretty exciting to fight and.
Yeah, I'm excited to host sessions of this at Game for the Cause.
Yeah,
I think it'll be
fun.
They have like the people who funded this, I assume, on Kickstarter on the sides of the box, and one of these is Day the Day Bay. This person probably doesn't even know they're getting a shout out right now, but every time I play this game, I pull it out and show it to people like, hey, Day the Day Bay funded this thing for you. Maybe we're going a little long. Maybe we should skip these other ones. But I won't, because Alicematic Heroes is by the same company. Who's Japan made. They did Naruto that we played last year. This is like a totally wild game.
It's a wild area control.
So like,
yeah.
I was saying this in my Lost Cities review that we filmed yesterday that might go out in like 10 years. What makes a game fun can be different from game to game. Tension, like Ticket to Ride. I don't think Ticket to Ride's theme is so compelling that I want to play it, but like the tension of the game is so incredible. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. Sometimes it's just fun because it's fun. And I say that like Hop for Molly. It's just a fun game. Yeah. Throwing that, having fun, trying to get it on someone's finger. DC deck builder game for me where I'm playing with cool heroes, and at least I like DC a lot. I like it more than Marvel. I still like Marvel, but I'm a DC person. How you wearing a Marvel shirt? I like Marvel too, but I like DC. The Flash is my favorite hero. I like playing as the Flash. I enjoy that, so it's just fun for me. Even though I know a lot of people, kind of say that game may not be for them, and I get that. I really love it, and it's in part because of the theme. Alicematic Heroes isn't really either of those for me. I don't feel it's super tense, nor do I feel like it's got like that cool of a theme. Like it's a cool theme. It's Alice in Wonderland in like anime form and whatnot. But what it has is that there are so many different ways to play, and I love that. I love it. I love when you can play a game and then immediately afterwards say, we should play that again, and it's going to be different. Mm-hmm. And you can pursue a different strategy. And I just love it. I love thinking about that. And you know what? There's a lot of games like that for me, like Smash Up, Star Wars, Risk, Chaos in the Old World, just a ton of games.
Euphoria.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. Games where you can do something and just really focus on one strategy. And then right afterward be like, okay, I won or I didn't win or I did pretty well or that could have gone better. Let's try a different one right now. And the game's going to play differently. And I just love that. And I think this kind of encapsulates that for me.
Yeah, it's a fun one. With the area control, with the little... in our game, we didn't have that much attacking. We need to play it more to see how much attacking there is overall. So...
Did you want to say anything about World's Fair before we sign off, or we'll just talk about that next time?
We'll talk about the next one. World's Fair by Renegade. Fun. Renegade hasn't really let us down.
No. What a company.
Yeah.
I just dig, like, all of the games I've played by them.
Which isn't all of them, because they come out with so many.
Yeah,
recently,
we're so far behind. They have a really cool one out right now. I think it's got super awesome art. It's like a white box with like a splash of color on it. You know what I'm talking about?
No, but I do know that they came out with Flatline.
Oh, I'm excited for that.
I haven't played that. It's like Fuse. It's not like Fuse, but it's you're taking care of the victims of all the bombs you didn't defuse.
Yeah. Pre-signing off, I do have to say that our hearts are broken, McBrokenson, because Ethan and Emily moved away. And I need to just preface that with Ethan and Emily aren't married, nor are they dating. I feel like the way we had set them up, we never said anything.
Oh, yeah, we didn't really. Yeah.
Ethan's married to Kristen.
Yeah.
And Emily's been a mutual friend for 3 years or so between us all.
4 or 5.
4 years.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And we used to have as of this last week, we had a weekly game night with them every week. And they moved to Pennsylvania. They had to follow their hearts.
They just made it today.
They're in Pennsylvania today?
They made it today.
I'm glad they're safe.
Yeah, I'm glad they're safe too. But I wish they were safe here. That's what I wish. More.
Anyway, so they featured in one of our news, right?
They were in the news so we can introduce them. Because
and
then
one of our...
where it wasn't contentious.
Yeah, and then one of our voting system videos. So... it's a super bummer, and we played a ton of games with them.
Yeah.
We played so many games with them. It's going to be a real thing to see. Because Molly, you didn't always keep the number of games in your app, but for like the last 2 or 3 years you have?
Yeah.
Maybe 2 years? I don't know.
I think it started in 2016. So
right, so like last year and a half or so. And they had like the most. Like it's you and me.
Yeah, me. Yeah,
and then they were like
right up there,
3rd and 4th, and it's gonna be something to see that get overtaken. Like how long that's gonna take for someone else to play games with us enough to get there.
Right.
But anyway, so there's that. I don't expect we'll be seeing them too much on this channel, but you know what? You never can tell. That's what I always say. Don't I always say that? You never can tell.
Yeah.
I always say that.
Always.
All right. Do you have anything else?
No. Convention prep's underway.
So exciting.
Again, if you're in Austin, check out our Indiegogo.
I guess we ought to put a link.
I'll have a link.
The problem with putting a link is that I'm going to take it down whenever the Indiegogo's done, I assume, because I don't want people to click on it and be like, oh, it's over, and I have to pay full price. And it's like, there's no link. You just got to go pay full price now.
Yeah.
$30 at the door, $20 on the Indiegogo, and you can get some of these cool games. Seriously though, so excited. I love convention season. I like throwing the convention, and I like being a big part of it. And I like all the preparation that goes into it. It's just super exciting. And man, I hope we have a ton more years of this ahead.
Yeah. We've presented the evidence.
You be the judge.